All right, you guys, happy Wednesday. Technology. Technology is just evolving and it's always changing. There's always new things that's going on with technology. Using AI, how AI is the new thing that everyone keeps talking about, how great it is. But is it great though? Is it great? Because a woman got conned out of her life savings by AI scammers, okay, posing to be a General Hospital star, okay, took her life savings. And unfortunately, this is the world that we're entering right now with AI is going to take over the world and ruin lives. And we're going to get right into it. So, welcome back, everyone, to That's It. So, you guys, technology is really, really scary, meaning that AI is really, really scary how they can just scam random people and pretend that they're one of your family members by using a voice of yours. Yes, using a voice of yours, meaning that they can just go to your social media platform and anything that you record or say, they can use some type of machine to mimic your voice and then they can call one of your family members. Like, for example, if they go to my page, right, and videos that I do, like video contents and stuff like that, they can record my voice, okay? Then, for some weird reason, contact one of my family members, like my mom, and say, well, Cheryl was involved in a car accident. She's in critical condition, blah, blah, blah. We need some type of money for something, you know what I mean? And my mom, she's old school. She's not really on the tech thing, like in the tech world. And she probably would believe them, but probably not because unfortunately, like my family, all of my family members, we have each other on Life 360, so we know each other whereabouts. It's not like it's like a creepy thing that we like stalk each other, but we just have that Life 360 app just to, God forbid, if something happens to us or we're not picking up our phones or something like that, that we can, track where we're at, and which that's very very good to do. Um, if you have a family member to have that, not to spy or to stalk your family members just for emergencies because you never know what can happen. So I know my mom wouldn't buy it because she can just see me on Life 360 and she can just call my sisters. But you have some people who are not tech savvy and actually would believe that this is so and so because the voice that they use and that can mimic, excuse me, you and believing that that's really you, and then you're in trouble, and then your family member can just give some random stranger money. And that is scary, you guys. That is so freaking scary. I don't understand why they're saying that AI is a new thing. AI is great. AI is the new resolution, for the world that we're living in. It's scary because you can just have a hacker or AI or a fake scammer can just hack into certain things and then boom, your life is over. You know what I mean? So it's just crazy how the government and I feel like the government it's kind of like a part of it. And I know this is not a conspiracy theory, but this is just the thoughts that I'm thinking about. But it's a dangerous thing if it's in the wrong hands. Just imagine if one of these fake scammers, okay, AI, pretend that there's someone like working in a U.S. government, and then they want codes of nuclear weapons and stuff like that. If it gets into the wrong hand, God forbid, that's a mass destruction, okay, to the whole nation, okay? And that's a scary thought. And that's something to think about. You know what I mean? Especially if it's in the wrong hands and someone's crazy and unhinged and wants to retaliate and do something to America. They can just do that. They can just pretend using a voice, pretending to be one of the press secretary or whoever, attorney general, and get the nukes, get the codes and stuff like that. It can happen. You know what I mean? And I know they use a lot of protocols and a lot of things for that not to happen, but it can happen because if these scammers can hack into your social media and pretend that it's you and use your voice and then scam millions of people out of their life savings, okay, pretending that there's someone but they're not, it can happen. And it is just really scary that the world that we're living in, that people are relying on AI, they're trusting AI, and you can tell the difference if it's uh, a real person or an AI. I know I can because I know the difference. You know what I mean? I know if I'm being scammed or not. And first of all, I wouldn't even pick up my phone. Okay. First of all, I wouldn't pick up my phone. Second of all, if there's a number that I don't recognize, I don't pick up. Leave a voicemail. And if you don't leave a voicemail, I'm not calling you back. You know what I mean? It's just I just know so much that I wouldn't fall for it. But there's other people out there that don't know, and they would really will fall for it. And some wouldn't, but some will, and that's a really scary thing. And like I said in the beginning of my intro, a woman got conned of her life savings, and her mom, the daughter, excuse me, was telling one of the ABC reporter, Seven News, that her mom got scammed um, from an AI opposing to be a General Hospital star, Stephen Burrs. Hopefully, I'm saying his name correctly, and he plays Jason Morgan on General Hospital. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, General Hospital, love General Hospital. I love Jason Morgan. Um, he's been in the soap opera world for like since 1991, a long time, and I love Stephen Burr's playing as Jason Morgan. I just absolutely love his character. But this AI pretended to be him and posed to be him, and then was sweet talking to this woman's mother and scamming her for her life savings and everything. Like she lost so much money, you guys. Okay, that her daughter said that her mom is going to file for bankruptcy because that's how much money she gave this random person. Thank God she came that close to losing her condo, but thank God her daughter intervened and say, "Mommy, there's something not right here." You know what I mean? And thank God that her daughter put a stop to it, that she didn't lose her condo, but she lost everything else. And I know money is just money, and money comes and goes. But when you work hard and this is your livelihood, this is your retirement, everything that you work hard for, and it's all gone because this woman, I really feel bad for her that she actually believed that she was in love with this guy or this man or a fake AI person was in love with her, and that they were going to be together and live happily ever after. When Steve Burr, he's married. You know what I mean? I know this because I grew up watching him, and I know a little bit about his background. The man is married, but obviously she didn't know that. I don't even think she knew that he was a General Hospital star. I would have definitely knew that if that happened to me if I was being scammed. But again, I know better. I know all the red flags and all the words that people say opposing to someone when they say what's the word, baby, not baby, yeah, baby, um, sweetheart. Those are the key words that they use to win you over, and you have to look out for that. And you just have to notice the emotions on their face. You know what I mean? That if you ask them like, wave your hand. If they don't do that, then you know that you're being scammed, and that's an AI. And also, let your family member ask. Let your family the way to the best way to avoid the scam, and I wrote this down, is to create a code. You know what I mean? Create a code to your family members. So if you are being punked, basically it's being punked, and if you are being fooled by AI, ask them questions that your only family member will know about. You know what I'm saying? Like special codes and stuff like that. Now, if they don't know that secret code or password or whatever to identify themselves, you know that you're being punked. You know that you're being scammed. Okay? The only person that will know about this is your real family members that will know the codes. You know what I mean? So obviously you create something with your family member, and if you're ever being hacked, or not hacked, excuse me, being scammed by an AI, because they do it over the phone too, and they can do it during video chat as well. Ask them a certain question that only your family member will know. And if they can't answer that, then you got your answer. Disconnect, run for the hills. Okay, run for the hills. And I want to show you a video of the daughter who was talking about her mom on her behalf because she felt embarrassed and ashamed that this happened to her, and then her daughter and her husband and other family members had to pick up the pieces by paying, helping her with her debt because she's in a lot of debt right now. And then, like I said, she has to file for bankruptcy. So it's a really scary time now. Now you can't even believe who you're talking to. Now you have to like talk to people in person. You can't believe anything what people say over the phone. You don't even know if that's them or not because that's how smart these AI scammers are. They're using your voice. Listen what I'm saying, you guys. They're using your voice, okay, to mimic it you. So when they call a family member or a friend, they're pretending that they're you, but they're not you. You get what I'm saying? It sounds confusing, but that's the reality. And unfortunately, now the world that we're living in, it's like we can't trust what we see anymore. We really can't. We can't trust what we see. Now we have to interact with people in person, which I'm okay with that. I am. The phones, no. I don't trust anything in the phone because everything is a scam. And I told my husband this. I told my friends this. I don't trust technology because it's going to rule our world and it's going to take over. They're going to wipe out human civilization, okay, and robots and all that stuff is going to take over. Now, people are going to say I'm crazy. You're losing it, Cheryl. But I'm like, you see, look what's happening now. People are being scammed left and right. People are saying that your family member is in a car accident. Your family member has been kidnapped. If you don't provide $250,000, they're dead. See what I'm saying? They're dead, which is all a lie. And some people will believe that. Some people are smart and call their wife or call their child and make sure their child's okay, and then they're perfectly fine and healthy. They're in class, and then the person that on a phone call with the AI scammer, they hang up because they know that they've been duped. Okay, it's just scary. It's scary, and unfortunately now we're living in a world that we can't interact over the phone or video. We got to meet them in person. That's what you need to do. So like I said before I shared the video with you, you need to create a password with your family member, your real family members, okay? Not the fake AI, the real family members. And then when you get a phone call or a video chat from the AI, you ask them questions, personal questions that your family member would know that the AI scammers wouldn't know. And if they can't answer that, then you know you're being scammed, okay? You know you're being scammed, you guys, okay? It's very important to look at all the red flags. Look at the screen. Look how the way they talk and move. You can tell the difference from a real person from an AI. I know I can. And I'm going to show you a perfect example, demonstration of an AI scammer and an actual real person. It's scary, but take a look. And we're going to show you, yep, this one. Okay. Scary, scary, scary. Here we go. Oh, wait, I didn't go pull it up. My bad. There we go. Okay.
I love you so much, darling. I had to make this video to make you happy,
darling,
my love.
Is the key too.
General Hospital fans know that face and that voice. Longtime star Steve Burton.
Excuse me.
That's not really him. It's a fake used to scam one woman out of thousands of dollars and even her home. Reporter Kevin Ozebek from our sister station in Los Angeles showed that clip to the real Steve Burton, who says this con is more common than you think.
If you've ever seen General Hospital before, you know who this is. This is Steve Burton.
So you can tell the difference. I know I can tell the difference. To my left, that's the real Stephen Burton. I pronounced his last name incorrectly, so I'm correcting myself. So pardon me. On the right, that's an AI. Total fake. You see what they're doing? They take his picture. They use his voice because he's on social media. He's on Instagram, probably on X, Twitter. So this is what they do. But you can tell the difference. I can tell the difference. I know most people can't, but to the left, that's the real Stephen. Okay? To the right, that's the fake one.
Who's been playing the role of Jason Morgan for decades. He's a fan favorite. But can you spot which one of these two clips is the real Steve Burton and which one is a deep fake, likely generated by AI? Well, if you guess the one that's closest to me is the deep fake, you would be correct. And unfortunately, this dupe was used to con a Southern California woman out of tens of thousands of dollars.
Hello, Abigail. I love you so much.
It sure looks and sounds like Steve Burton, but experts we showed this video to say it was likely made with artificial intelligence. So you can see how good the dupe is. Yeah. Here's the real burden on set.
She was a dead ringer for Britt.
And this is a dead ringer for Burden.
And you should always know that nothing will ever make me hurt you or lie to you, my queen.
And my queen is the key word.
I initially thought it was the real person.
Vivian Ruvalcaba of South LA was able to recognize the dupe of the soap star, but unfortunately, it took her mother Abigail months to figure it out.
I hope this puts a smile on your heart.
Abigail first started receiving videos from someone pretending to be Burden late last year on Facebook Messenger. This scammer, pretending to be Burden, told Abigail that he needed money so they could have a home together. According to an LAPD report, she sent the scammer at least $81,304 in gift cards, cash, and Bitcoin.
I'm sickened by it because it went this far. Why didn't I know this? Why didn't I see what was happening?
First of all, I don't need your money. I would never ask for money.
Burden, the authentic flesh and blood version, tells 7 on Your Side this style of scam is now an epidemic.
I see people come to my appearances and look at me like they've had a relationship online for a couple years, and I'm like, no, I'm sorry, I don't know who you are. And you just see, it's so sad, you see the devastation.
And another terrifying component of this story is AI experts we showed this deep fake to say AI technology is so good, it only takes about 15 minutes now to create a deep fake as good as this one. In Los Angeles, I'm Kevin Osbeck.
Isn't that scary? 15 minutes. 15 minutes, you guys, okay? 15 minutes. That's scary, okay? That is scary. And that's something that everyone should be aware of, okay? It is a scary time, okay? I don't trust AI. AI is not to be trusted. You have a lot of people, a lot of these scammers, fake scammers that they use these people's voices on social media, like the gentleman said, the reporter, and they use it against to hurt the fragiles, to scam them out of their money that they worked hard for, their life-earned savings. It's absolutely disgusting, and it's going to get worse. I'm sorry to say this. It's not going to get better. It's going to get worse until they have some type of technology.
I'm not sure I understand.
Oh, excuse me. I'm not talking to you, Siri. My gosh. I'm talking to you guys. See? Again, technology. So, like I was saying, now I got distracted. But like I was saying, it's just very scary. You know what I mean? Because you don't trust your own eyes. Now, some people who don't know, they don't know. They thinking that this is real. This is the real person. And unfortunately, with that woman, she thought this was real, when all reality it was fake. And this AI scammer scammed thousands of dollars of that woman's hard-earned money. And it's very sad, and it's just very difficult to watch. But you guys have to pay attention and be aware of these deep fake scammers, okay? Because what they're doing is they're going to your social media, they're taking information out of your social media and using it against you and against your family members. It's just crazy. And now they're doing it with phones too. It's crazy. And I'm going to show you a next video of how AI scams calls too and pretend to be someone that they're not. Meaning using other family members for ransom, or your kid is in trouble, or your wife is injured, or stuff like that. All these crazy things just to get money. Just to get money among other things. It's just crazy. But take a look at the next video. Oops, not you. There we go. All right.
Everywhere. And now AI scam calls could be fooling you.
Tonight, our I-Team is investigating the new trend of AI technology being used to mimic familiar voices and fool you into giving up your money or personal information. Consumer investigator Jason Knowles tonight with an eye-opening demonstration. Jason.
Cheryl, Rob, all a criminal needs now is a short audio clip of your voice, and they can create an AI scam call that can fool your family and friends. The I-Team had tech experts transform my voice into a convincing call.
Can you send me $500? That is my voice, but I didn't say those words.
Crazy, right?
Listen to this AI scam call created by tech experts that could be used to scam my loved ones. It's Jason. I've been in a car accident here on my vacation in Mexico. I'm okay for the most part, but I'm at some hospital and they say I need to pay money for x-rays and treatment. My credit card isn't working and I don't have enough cash. Can you send me $500?
It could trick someone. Yep, absolutely. Yep, anybody receiving that call would think it's you and you're in trouble.
Greg Bull is the Chief Data Officer with Transaction Network Services. The company helps wireless carriers stop robocalls. Bull made my AI call using cloning software and recordings of my voice from ABC7 broadcasts. He says scammers can do the same thing to you simply by finding clips of your voice on social media.
They can go on any media platforms and go ahead and extract that voice. The bad actor can take your voicemail from your cell phone and replicate that from your voice for as little as 3 seconds.
We stopped by the Oromo Cafe in Lincoln Square to see if people could tell my call was created by AI. I'm at some hospital and they say I need to pay money for x-rays and treatment. Does it sound believable?
It does.
Sound real.
It really does. I would not be able to tell that. That's insane.
Would you fall for that?
Probably.
My credit card isn't working and I don't have enough cash.
Yeah, I might fall for that if I had $500 extra to send you.
So I didn't really say that. What do you think?
I wonder what your mom would think if you played it. Would she be convinced? Because it's pretty convincing.
The Federal Trade Commission says it's making AI robocalls a top priority and educating people on the issue. The FTC says the new technology is making what's known as the imposter scam even more convincing.
The number one scam from the FTC for the last several years has been imposter scams, any scam where somebody pretends to be somebody they're not in order to get your trust.
In January, there was an AI recording of President Biden meant to discourage New Hampshire voters from showing up to the primary. And it's not just recordings. Bull says it's possible for scammers to fake voices in real-time conversation where they can even answer your questions, making it seem more real.
This is technology that's here today. It's not in the future. It's here.
This is consumer investigator Jason Knowles with ABC7 Chicago, except this is not my real voice. It is AI to demonstrate how easy and accessible AI voice cloning tools are to bad actors. You can prevent scammers from using your voice by thinking twice before posting videos on social media. Also use the automated voicemail greeting on your phone instead of your own voice.
When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
You can also outsmart scammers pretending to be your loved ones.
One thing you can do is you can ask the caller, a personal question.
Yes.
That only you would know.
Something that simple or even a family safe word can help you avoid these high-tech fakes. The FTC recently made it illegal for scammers to impersonate government agencies or businesses.
See, I gotta pause. I don't buy that at all, okay? Listen, if a hacker wants to get into the government or agency, they're going to do it, okay? They're going to find a way. So even though there's a law saying that you can't do it, they're going to do it. Like I said, if they can hack in to going to people's social media and hacking their voices and pretending to be someone that they're not, what makes you think they can't do that in the United States government? They don't have nothing to lose. You definitely have some unhinged people out there that's willing to do whatever they need to do to destroy our country or to get some nuclear codes of mass destruction. So even though the reporter is saying that, I don't buy it, because if they can hack into people's social media page and record their voices under 3 minutes or 15 minutes, what makes you think they can't do that to the United States government? Hello, this is the government we're talking about. Anything can be hacked. They outsmart people, okay? Those are criminals, what they're doing, okay? They can hack it into anything and pretend they're someone that they're not. And you try and tell me they can't do that? Of course they can. Of course they can. It can happen. You mark my words, it can happen. It might not happen today, it might not happen tomorrow, it might not happen a year from now, but eventually it's going to happen. It won't happen unless they have a tight ship security that it will never happen. Because I'm telling you guys, if it gets into the wrong hands, our country is over. It's over. White, finished, done, completo. Over.
And a pending law could make it illegal to impersonate an individual. Rob, Cheryl, if you get a call that you think is from a family member saying they are injured or kidnapped, you should contact that family member directly.
Yes.
When in doubt, you keep the scammer on one line, and then you call the family member on another phone so you can know for sure. But isn't that crazy? It sounded just like me. I mean, it was my voice, but I didn't say those words.
Very
blown away.
Crazy. Okay. Very crazy. First of all, listen, if I get a random phone call, I'm not picking it up. Okay. Now, if they have my sister's number on my call ID, I definitely would pick up because it's my sister, obviously. And if I suspect anything off or weird, I'm going to hang up and then call my actual sister. Okay. Now that can happen, but I just know all the red flags and what to pick up on that, so I don't get scammed. Because I can tell you before I go on the next topic here, you guys, I almost got, actually not almost, I did get scammed. I was living in New York at the time, and I was single, and I was going on a dating app. And this person that I was talking to, he said that he was in the army, and then he was showing me pictures that I saw on the dating website and then on social media page, and it looked just like him. And then I wanted to see him face to face, and then we did a video chat. But something told me something was off. Is that the way he was speaking when I saw him on the video, like what I'm doing right now? Like I saw his face and everything, but his lips, the way he was, the way he was talking, the mouth was not moving. If that makes sense. And something told me something didn't seem right. Sure, something was off. And my dum dum didn't go with my gut instincts. Okay, and he wanted a gift card. And I said, well, how can I give you this gift card when you're overseas? Because he said he was overseas and he needed money just to get a few essentials to get by. And my stupid ass, okay, went to CVS, got him a gift card just only for $25 because he said he wanted a gift card for $25. Gave him a gift card for $25. I gave it to him. After that, I never heard from him again. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I got duped. I got scammed by a random person because the words that he was saying, like honey, babe, darling, my queen, and it didn't seem right. You know what I mean? And then my cousin sent me the link of all the words that people were like saying to scam like Americans because it was really big and happening in Nigeria that they really scam American people and how they use fake voices and videos from other people's social media page and pretending that that's them, but that's not really them. That's actually a scammer. And when my cousin showed me that, I'm like, oh my goodness, I got scammed. I got scammed. But you know what? I didn't lose out that much. I lost $25. That's nothing. And I told myself I will never, ever do that again. I will, if I'm going to meet someone or date, it's going to be in person. It's not going to be over the phone or a video because like I said, you don't know who you're talking to. You know, now you have, if you want to meet someone or engage with someone or have a conversation, unfortunately you have to do it face to face because that's in real time. You can't believe what you're seeing or what you're hearing because again, it can be all fake. And now my guard is so up. I don't trust anyone. I don't trust what people say on the phone. I don't trust the videos. I don't do none of that stuff because I got scammed once, fooled me once, but you're not going to fool me twice or the third time or the fourth time because I know better. So what I'm saying to you guys is please, please, if you get an AI call or or someone video chat you on Facebook or Instagram, please notice the red flags. Okay, if they asking you questions about, not questions, but ask them questions about certain things that they don't know, that only your family member know. And if they can't repeat it, if they can't show you any movements or hands or whatever, you know it's a red flag, you know it's AI, and you know that you're being scammed for lots and lots of money. Okay, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Moving on, you guys. So I wanted to talk about the latest update of the baby Emmanuel. How he is still missing. It's been 2 weeks now. They have not located his body. The police officer has presumed him dead. They even said that he's been dead 9 days ago. Okay, that he was deceased. And even though Rebecca Haro said that her son was missing on August 14, when that's clearly not the case. So, like I said, 7-month-old baby Emmanuel had been killed 9 days ago before alleging kidnapping. That's what the authorities are saying. and he's been missing for 2 weeks. The body hasn't been found yet, and now they're set for a bail bond for $1 million each. Each, okay? They're not going to get free. They're not going to go anywhere. They're going to stay in jail until their arraignment, until they prosecute those two evil people, okay? So they're being charged for one count of murder. The DEA finally filed charges against the two, and another count two of with filing for false information. That's a felony. If you're giving falsified information to the police officer, you're going to prison. It's bad enough you killed a baby, a 7-month-old baby. Okay, that's one count of murder, and then you falsify records. Not falsify records. You file a false documentation to the police. You're going to jail, both of you. And I hope they get the lethal injection. You don't even deserve to be in prison. They really don't, because how can they do that to an innocent 7-month-old baby? I don't understand that. And this man, Jake, was in prison for 180 days for shaking his daughter with his ex-wife. You know, he was married with Vanessa, that's his ex-wife, and in a police report that he shaked his daughter, okay, to death, and then dropped her underneath or above or underneath the sink. Okay, now this little girl, she is paralyzed. She cannot move. She's going to be taking feeding tubes for the rest of her life. Thank God one of the family members have adopted her, and she's going to need all-around care for the rest of her life. She's not mobile. You know what I mean? She's in a wheelchair, and it's just crazy. And then they let him go. I don't understand it. I don't understand our justice system. Okay, this man was a child abuser, okay? And he abused his daughter. Not one child, another child. And then now baby Emmanuel is presumed dead, okay? I don't understand how our justice system can just let this man walk free and be around children. I don't understand that. And luckily, thank God that they took a 2-year-old out of their home. Now that 2-year-old daughter is with a family member. Thank God, because they would have killed her too. They already injured 2 children. They already killed one, baby Emmanuel, even though we can't find his body. And, you know, Jake went with a police officer to locate the body. He didn't do anything. He did the bare minimum. He didn't even do jack shit. He was just standing there in the middle of the field or the ground trying to help the police officer with the body when he clearly wasn't. You know what I mean? If you look at the footage, he clearly did not do anything at all. I think he just wanted to leave, get out of jail, just to get some breath of fresh air, to see the sky or whatever. But he did the bare minimum. He didn't do anything. He knows where he put the body. He knows, but he just playing around. Okay, he just playing around and just acting stupid. But anyone who doesn't know the full story or the case about this, even though it's in every news headline and every social media, I'm going to give you the timeline of baby Emmanuel Haro events when he first reported missing. Now, August 14, Rebecca Haro told authorities that her son was taken when she was changing her son's diaper outside of her car next to the sporting goods store. Then August 16, authorities said that they can't rule out foul play because they didn't gather any information. And this is what I believe what the authorities was doing. They were trying to get more information before they said anything. They were interviewing witnesses, asking witnesses questions in regards to the baby Emmanuel, asking family members before they even make an assumption, if the parents were guilty. I just knew from the get-go something was off. Just the way she was speaking in front of the camera in an interview, there was no speck of tears. It was fake tears. It was performance. It was all lies. And the father was saying Emmanuel past tense, like he already knew that the baby was dead. You get what I'm saying? That's why you got to read people's body language. You got to pay attention because the body language says it all. And when I saw that footage and what he said, I already knew automatically before the authorities even said it that the baby was dead. I already knew that already. And it's just so sad to me that this happened to this innocent baby who couldn't even defend himself, who trusted these two people to protect him, to love him, to nurture him. And what did they do? They killed him. They killed him. And it's just despicable and disgusting, for me, because it really hits home for me because I'm trying to get pregnant. I'm trying to start a family with my husband. And for someone who can do this act of evil to harm an innocent baby like that, it's sad and it sickens me. It sickens me. And it's just not right. And I hope and pray that the judge throw the book at them. I really do. They really need to get their lethal injection. They really do. They need to die. And I'm sorry I'm saying that as a Christian woman, but they do. Because how can you do that to a baby? How can you do that? It's just so evil. So evil. But moving on. August 18th, the authorities said they conducted an extensive search of baby Emmanuel and they couldn't find him. August 22nd, parents of Jake and Rebecca Haro was arrested. Jake, 32, and Rebecca Haro were arrested at their home for murder, and the county sheriff department said there's no suspect remain outstanding in a new release. Based on evidence, and investigators determined a kidnapping in Yapa, hopefully Yapi, not Yapi, but Yapa is the county, did not occur. Authorities said. It is believed that Emmanuel is deceased, and the search to recover his remains is ongoing. August 25th, Jake Haro presented a search for Emmanuel, like what I told you earlier. The Desert Sun editor spotted several first responders along the westbound shoulder of the 60 freeway near Gillingham Springs Road in a valley on Sunday afternoon when a reporter contacted the county sheriff's department. An officer confirmed and an active search for Emmanuel Haro was underway in the area. Like I said, he was playing games with the sheriff. Jake knew that Emmanuel was not over there. He was not on the 60 freeway highway. He knew that, but he was just playing games and trying to, buy time. I don't know, for the body to, what's the word? When a body has been buried for so long. I can't even think of the word on top of my head. But that it will be unrecognizable, that it's going to be only bones. And that's what I believe that's what Jake was trying to do. August 26th, Jake and Rebecca Haro appear in court. So they appear in court to do the bail hearing. But something happened that I guess Jake, original attorney, dropped out. I wonder why. Because he knew that Jake is guilty as sin, and he knew that he couldn't represent a baby killer. He knew that there was no case because basically they're both guilty as sin. So basically, Jake and Rebecca do not have an attorney. So now the formal charges with killing Emmanuel, falsified reporting, have been kidnapped. They appear briefly at the Riverside Hall on Tuesday, and basically their arraignment date has moved to September 4th because both of them don't have attorneys. So until then, I will definitely keep you updated. And I have the paper in my hand that they filed on August 26th that they are going to be charged as count 1 of murder and then count 2 of false reporting of they're saying that their son was kidnapped when their son really wasn't kidnapped. Their son was dead 9 days ago, and they knew it, and then they were trying to create an alibi, like I said in my previous video. And everything was just fake and lies, just to cover their track. That black guy, she probably fell and hit herself, or her husband hit her to make us believe that someone knocked her out while they were taking Emmanuel, when I knew that was all bullshit. I just knew it. I just knew it was all bullshit and all fake and gay. Yeah, I just wanted to say that word, fake and gay. Yeah, all of it was fake and gay. And it really breaks my heart. Like I said, I know someone who lives in California, and he's going to report the case for me. So any information that he reports, I will definitely let you guys know, because he is my source, because he lives in California. I don't. I'm just going based on what the news is saying and doing my own extensive research as well to keep you guys updated. And it's just really sad. It's just really sad to to see this. You know, the innocent baby got murdered for no apparent reason, and it just it's a crazy world that we're living in. I just don't understand how people can be so sick and twisted and demented and just do that to a baby. A baby. I just don't understand that. And then the judge that let him out knew about this. He has a criminal record. And for him to be around children is mind boggling. It really is mind boggling to me. And this all could have been prevented if he would have stayed his ass in jail. They wouldn't release him. And they would have just said, listen, you can't be around children. If they would have put that in place, baby Emmanuel would have been alive. I believe that. He would have been alive right now, and he wouldn't be in the hands of this evil people, Jake and Rebecca. He wouldn't. And he's in a better place now. He's no longer in pain and agony. And it's just sad. And then there's a lot of supporters of Emmanuel, which I love to see. And people are just dropping off teddy bears and cards and balloons. And it's just sad, 7 months old. I still cannot wrap my head around this. And I hope and pray they will find his body and he will get a proper burial, because that baby deserved that. He don't deserve to be in the middle of nowhere, cold and alone, and not have a proper burial. He should get a proper burial. So I'm praying for that. Like I think about this baby all the time, and I hope and pray that they will find him and he will get the proper burial that he deserved, because he does deserve that. And he didn't deserve this. He doesn't deserve this at all. So thank you so much, you guys, for watching, and I will see you guys